Okay, so we're gonna get to do the super world. I don't know if this will be the best viewing experience to play the super world because I'm basically feeling like trash, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get through this third map. Yeah. This is way better than what I was doing earlier, trying to sit on the floor. Usually it's not necessarily all that much better, but for right now it is. Okay, so that's a reset door. Oops. So we would like choose our item that we do the jump with. Obviously the easiest one would be the trampoline. I kind of want to switch controllers. Where did my small controller go? I don't know, but I'm going to switch to this one at least. I get so irritated with my NSPC because I feel like it's falling apart. I guess we'll try using the P-switch. Yeah. Seems like a pretty beatable world overall. That's why I was actually thinking about playing the Super World twice. And cheese it the first time and then beat it for real the second time or something. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. But as such, since this is my first time playing it, I don't necessarily want to spend a long time practicing anything. So if I really struggle on something, then we'll just skip it and keep moving forward. I think it's great that you allow players to do that. A lot of people just make their super world impossible. What I tend to do is I just put like the harder levels on the side. That way they can be optional. And then people can play the super world again if they want to play the harder levels. Oof. I like how in Levelhead you can sort of like have clear conditions and checkpoints together. So people that can't stand to stay alive for like 5 minutes trying to fulfill a clear condition can actually just keep saving their game so that way they can get the clear condition done, which is really cool. But yeah, there are a lot of like sort of like, I guess you could say, hardcore gamers in Mario Maker that prefer my clear condition levels to like my checkpoint levels, because my checkpoint levels can be pretty unusual. I just come up with my own designs for them usually. Sometimes I get ideas from the viewers for a few of the levels here and there, just like small sections of individual courses generally, rather than an entire course. But anyway, like in my Dry Bones one, Red Coin Collecting 15, I actually got 2 ideas from viewers on that course, but that was out of like 9 different challenges. So I obviously came up with the other 7 challenges completely on my own. Well, actually, one of those ideas was just for half of one of the challenges. So, but anyway. Cool. Yeah, this is stuff that I've done before, so I don't mind practicing the stuff I've done before until I can get it, because obviously that's not going to take a huge amount of time. Well, I was playing some, like, League of Legends and TFT and stuff like that recently, and, it's been kind of fun, I guess. I've come to see TFT much less so like random garbage. I realize, because there is a lot of randomness to the game, no doubt about it. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's kind of like a puzzle game. It's like a real-time puzzle game that you play with other people. Like, you gotta figure out, like, what's the best option between random choices and stuff. And so it's like an unusual type of puzzle, though, in any case. But anyway, and then there's League of Legends, which is also interesting because it's a team strategy game. And, well, I'm trying to get gold with it for the first time, and I'm not really making good progress in that regard. But, oh well. I guess that'll come eventually as I get better at the game or something. But, what was I gonna say? Oh, I need to order some new stuff. So actually, I'm gonna have to end stream or put a pause to stream or something. Are you trying to get people to game over? Oh my goodness. Like, I keep forgetting that block is there. I guess I'm just playing like garbage. I guess we're game overing today. Okay, so I was playing Picross. Yeah, when it comes to puzzles, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. There's this puzzle game, which is like, you have to generate a picture or whatever, by solving a puzzle. The puzzle is a little bit like Minesweeper, but not really. Anyway, so there's, oh my goodness, you can get it for free on Steam, and there's like 366 puzzles that came with the game, and then it has a workshop where various players can build their own levels, and then so you can play them. And so there's like a total of over 33,000 puzzles, which is a huge number of puzzles. And I just beat the main ones. There's like another 30,000 plus whatever to play now. But anyway, but yeah, the puzzle 110 I found to be like the hardest. Like I failed to beat it like multiple times, but I went back and finally beat it. So that was cool. Oh my, wow, I suck. I suck so much. Anyway, I was introduced to Picross by another Levelhead player. So, because apparently he was trying to build a Picross inside Levelhead. That's a thing we can actually do. It actually works. And so he had some different ideas for how that would work. And at first I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And of course it's because I never played Picross before. But anyway. Hey, pretty sure there's no way that'll work. Well, actually, it probably did work earlier, but I think I had the trampoline on the ledge or something. I'm not sure what I did earlier. Yeah, I might have to just cheese this. You're upset at Steam? So I was playing Picross on Steam, by the way. You bought a game, and it kept giving you some error every time you tried to launch the game. Oh, that sucks. Which game was it? I don't suppose it's one that I've played. Okay. Yep. Alright, that's cheese bowl. Alright. Get the cheese down. Let's try to redeem ourselves by grabbing the shell and doing some fancy trick with it, I guess. Oh my... Or not. Sonic Adventure 2, oh. Okay, so I have actually bought 3 different Sonic games on Steam. So, the first one was Sonic 4, but the Sonic 4 game was really bad, so I returned it. Like, I actually got a refund because I played it for less than 2 hours. Anyway, I kind of wish there was like a refund thing. Oh, before that there actually was one, because there were some other games that were quite a bit more expensive that I would have liked a refund on, but whatever. Like, I wasn't able to do it because I had spent more than 2 hours on the Garbo game or something like that, or it had been more than 2 weeks or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you might be able to just get a refund if you meet the requirements for Sonic Adventure 2. So I got Sonic 2 and I got Sonic 3 on Steam. I got it through the Mega Drive Collections program or whatever it is on Steam. I also have Kid Chameleon. So I haven't beaten Sonic 3 yet, so I figured it would be nice to buy on Steam. Also, I have no idea how much I spent on it, but it probably wasn't very much in any case. A long time ago, I beat Sonic 2 for the first time, like when I was a boy, I think. So I can beat it again as an adult, I'm sure. I gave it a try recently, and I did fully game over, so I'm gonna have to try again. But the main reason why I game overed was because I forgot that if you do certain things, you can kind of screw yourself over for like gaining like extra lives and continues and stuff, which is sort of like basically trying to get the Chaos Emeralds or something like that. If you try to do that and you fail, then you miss out on your opportunities. Like you lose your rings, which you really need your rings for that stuff. So that caused me to get a full game over, because I forgot about that, because when I originally beat the game, I actually did not do that kind of stuff. I wasn't doing like the side quests, basically. So because I did the side quests on stream somewhat recently, it caused me to game over. So maybe I will try to beat it one day, including side quests. Maybe that'll be something that's I could realistically expect to do. I don't know. It might take some grinding though, but anyway, in the meantime, there are some people that have suggested that I try to beat all 14 zones of Sonic 3, but apparently to even get to the 14th zone, you have to do the side quests. So, in other words, getting the Chaos Emeralds, which sounds impossible, to be honest. Anyway, I haven't beaten Chapter 13, though, in Sonic 3, so, and the reason why is because I suck, and because, like, the boss fight at the end of Zone 13 is just really badly designed. It just doesn't really make sense, and you lose a lot of time for dying, so yeah. I spent a long time trying to grind Zone 13 so far, and haven't really felt like I've actually made any progress. There's like, it's kind of like a boss rush, but you don't really get like the checkpoints that you need for the boss rush. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it just, like, and the thing is, the boss fights that I'm not really struggling on all that much, like, I understand what I'm supposed to do, are not fun to play, and they're slow. That's part of the problem. Like, the boss fights just aren't fun in Zone 13. I feel like Sonic 2 had generally better boss fights. But anyway. Maybe if I get to Zone 14, maybe Zone 14 will have actually good boss fights, I don't know. But I would have to do side questing, which would practically be impossible, so maybe I'll like cheat it by like downloading somebody's like Zone 14 save file or something. I don't know. That way I can actually fight the bosses. I don't know anything about Zone 14. I'm just have some assumptions based on what I was told. So we can use the shell, if we can get to it, to do a wall jump over the munchers. Still semi-new to Steam. Yeah, just make sure you don't continue to play the game if you're interested in getting a refund, because you have to have played it for less than 2 hours. Why do you say Sonic 2 is fun if you were just buying it on Steam? Is it because you played the old one and you wanted a new version 2 or something? Or like a one on PC instead of just whatever platform you played it on before? Kind of like me and Sonic 2. If you like puzzle games, there's a Steam sale on the Talos Principle. Some compared to Portal. I didn't really like Portal. Well, actually, I never tried it, but I'm sure it's not a very fun game. Actually, well, I'm a little bit biased against Portal, but I think the bias holds, because I've watched a little bit of Portal being played and it didn't really look that interesting to me. But I think my main issue with Portal, and this will actually make a little bit of sense maybe why I'm biased, I'm not sure, but there's, basically, to sum it up, I'm not sure if you're familiar with team strategy games in general, or like, if you ever watch like basketball or football or anything like that, because that stuff is kind of similar. But anyways, think of it as like, there's like a video game announcer, or like basketball announcer or something like that. Let's pretend for a moment that Mario or Luigi are an announcer. Like, they're saying, and the Goombas are walking on the ground in between the muncher and the pipe and blah blah blah, or something like that. Anyway, and Mario, grabs his trampoline and he tries to use it to get across the gap, or, and things like that, whatever. Anyways, so in team strategy games, it's kind of like basketball or whatever, and people like are talking about what's going on, right? And that's great. Like, there's a bunch of like responses to keep players informed as to what's happening while they're busy doing one thing or another that doesn't have anything to do with that stuff. So anyway, we do start with 99 lives, so that's cool. I actually didn't realize I started with so many, because I've actually lost so many. But losing a checkpoint's no big deal, so... What was I gonna say? Right, so announcing. So basically what happened was, I guess because there's like some sort of narrator or whatever, some sort of voice in Portal or Portal 2 or whatever, that like the game was popular enough that Valve because they made Dota 2, thought it would be a good idea to use this like robotic voice as an announcer in Dota 2. But the truth of the matter is, this announcer was a toxic bitch. Excuse my lack of family friendliness. She was constantly, like, just being the absolute worst Dota 2 player ever, you know, with the way they were talking and stuff. Like, encouraging you to just throw the game and not, like, try to win and stuff. And it was horrible. I just hate that announcer so much. And not only that, but like there were so many new players that were like started playing the game because of Portal 2 or whatever, because the announcer coming to the game. So like, oh, that's cool. You know, it's like cross promotion, right? Just like when you watch a TV show like, you know, The Flash, for example, and it like promotes like Supergirl or something like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like then people start watching Supergirl who didn't watch the first or second season or something, you know what I mean? Because the Flash crossover episode got them interested. It's kind of like that sort of situation, I guess. But anyway, but it's not really, because, you know, these are two completely different games. So, but it still got people to come to Dota 2. And so there was like, basically Valve were like finding ways to get people to come play Dota 2 from their other games, like getting it more popular. And because it was more popular, we got more and more new players, and just sort of like the gold rush of new players, or whatever you want to call it, just kind of like ruined Dota 2 as a team strategy game for me. That like basically like all these new players would like look at these horrible guides from experienced players that like were really popular, and then the new players would be like, hey, how come you're not doing what this guy suggested, this like so-called expert? Like, what, are you some kind of idiot or something? You're like so new, you can't even, you're not even know as much as me, who's a total noob. And I'm like, no, you're just following, you know, what some idiot said, who like literally just pumped out a bunch of low quality guides. You know, like there's over 100 you know, characters from the game to choose, and he made a guide for all of them. You don't actually think that he actually plays all of them 10 games a day, do you? Like, seriously, like, these people, like, were such know-it-alls and just got wrapped up in, like, this nonsensical spiral of community toxicity, and they just added to it by becoming part of the problem, and it was horrible. And a lot of those players were Portal 2 players. And so I don't really want to have anything to do with Portal 2, to be honest, I think. It kind of reminds me of Persona 5, in a way. Like, Persona 5 doesn't really look like that interesting of a game to me, so it probably isn't all that much fun. But I've played Shin Megami Tensei 5 now, and I liked it a lot. Even though they're made by the same company, I'm not just gonna go play, you know, all of the Shin Megami Tensei games and all the Persona games just because I liked that one game, you know? It's like, so, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not a fanboy. Like, I want to play games that are actually good, and not just play games from the same developer, like all of them, even if some of them are garbage, you know what I mean? That's part of why I've, like, sort of quit playing or slowed down at least in playing some games. They're like games like end up on my backlog and stuff, because they're just not that much fun, or they're not that good, or whatever. Or sometimes they're just too hard or something. But anyway. Hello there, Classic Oz. How's it going? If the game won't even launch, then you shouldn't be able to play for 2 hours? You would think so. You want to play it through again because it was one of your favorites. You saw it was on sale for like $3, so why not? Oh, I see. Yeah, that's probably about how much I played for my Sonic 2 and 3, I would imagine. Oops. Is it still on sale? Maybe I should give it a try and see if it'll work on my PC. And if it doesn't, I guess I can just refund it. Oops. So there's a bunch of people that aren't here, Gigazocker, so you probably don't have to wait very long to see your level played, I would imagine. But I am finishing up this map before we move on to the next viewer level. So this is map 3 of this super world. And I've already beaten maybe like 2 or 3 levels so far. So there's only like 2 or 3 left to go through. Left side tricks aren't very common. They work the same, but left-sided. I don't know what he's talking about. Where's my item to do a jump with, or whatever? Oh my goodness. Maybe I should just go over the munchers. Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't you say the red coins are optional? I'll only have to be doing all this stuff. It's optional in every level except for the castle levels. What if I jump at it from this angle? Okay, that's easier. Maybe that's what he meant by left side trick. Anyway, going left. Whoa! I mean, it's possible to do it from the right. I mean, from the left, or, well, whatever. You know what I mean. It's just harder. Yeah, he meant to left-facing. Left-facing tricks is what he was talking about. Kind of like fighting games, like the left-facing move execution can be a little bit tricky because we're used to doing right-facing move execution. It's the same concept in these parkour levels. Wait, what? Where are we going? Hidden power up. Okay. So we have to keep this power up to be able to spin and break the blocks. Okay. Oops. I wasn't supposed to go that way. Oops. Talos principle, and that for 5 or 6 hours. Okay. So maybe after we're done with this map, we might take a quick peek at that stuff. Oops. Oh, well, I'm glad I'm at 90 plus lives right now. Very low risk of gaming over and losing this checkpoint. Oh. Oops. Wow. Somehow I didn't grab the vine in time. Ah. I'm gonna switch to Toad. Suppose maybe I should turn my camera back on. Oh my goodness, it's a bomb. Oh, that's cool. From this angle, you can actually see my controller. What kind of spoilers are those? Are those like gameplay spoilers or story spoilers or something else? Like religious based or something? I actually liked Lightning Returns because of the religion, kinda. I thought that was kinda cool. I'm not gonna lie. Some people might think religion is like messed up, and I mean they're kinda right, but that doesn't prevent it from being interesting. There's some condensation on this. Here, I'm gonna eat this other thing of acai, or I don't know how to call it. I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna just call it blueberry juice, even though it's not blueberry. Oops. Where did my scissors go? I had scissors over here somewhere. Before I move my chair. Sorry guys. It's been one of those weeks. Like, I tried walking around in the snow, and it was a disaster. Like, there was too much shoveled snow, and it was really hard to walk on. Oh, here's my scissors. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, I mean, I just saw a comb. I'm gonna go grab my comb and comb my hair, because that might help feel a little better. Yeah, it can actually be pretty good for your nerves to comb your hair. I suppose you could just use your fingernails too if you don't have a comb. But anyway. I have a lot of practice using my fingers at combing my hair, but I also have a really nice comb that I might as well use. Oh. My hair is getting pretty long because it's winter, because it actually helps keep me warm when I'm outside, at least my face and head or whatever, you know? So there's that, but it's still, like, my legs are still struggling to stay warm outside. Obviously my feet, when I fall through into basically what is frozen sewer water, I guess. Anyway, okay, well. I also have a dry skin condition, so it's like, I feel like I need to comb a little bit more than I normally do. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a snack. So this is a 0 sugar fruit, by the way. So apparently such a thing exists. Actually, well, avocado is, I think, also a 0 sugar fruit. I actually used to think an avocado was just a vegetable. But supposedly it's a fruit. Anyway. This thing, I mean, it kind of tastes like a vegetable, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not sugary at all. But it looks just like a blueberry, so would you call it a fruit or a vegetable? Anyway. Let me try to get to this next checkpoint. Wasn't I getting close to it? Or no, I wasn't to the checkpoint. I was just... The mystery block, rather. Oh my goodness, that was not a good jump. Oops. Some compare the Talus principle to it. is in the sense of being a puzzle game where you play as a robot in third or first person. Oh, I see. Solve puzzles to collect Tetris pieces. Oops. Oh, okay. I've played games kind of like that a little bit, with manipulating lasers and stuff. There's a puzzle kind of like that in Saga Frontier Remastered for Switch. Of course, I beat it back when it was on the PlayStation, before it was remastered. I have to say, as a both original game player and a remastered player of a lot of different games, the best remaster I've ever played has been Saga Frontier Remaster. Like, it's not even a contest, and the best part about that is it's actually also the original game was one of the best RPGs I've ever played. So it's an amazing remaster to an amazing game, which is actually not common, or it's maybe a one-of-a-kind thing that's ever happened. Like if you look at Final Fantasy 7 and 8, those are amazing games, but they don't have amazing remasters. So, in fact, their remasters suck, really badly. but yeah, anyway. Of course, that's why they're doing the Final Fantasy 7 remake thing that they're doing, which is pretty interesting, which I started to play because it came to PC. But I won't be playing it until I get my New Year speakers in, which I need to remember to order at some point today. Maybe what we'll do is we'll take a break after Mario Maker, and I'll just order some stuff, and then consider buying Steam games potentially at the same time. I don't know. Oof. I wasn't trying to jump just then. I mean, I was trying to grab the vine. Elo him and such in the story part. Oh, so there are questions about your beliefs and stuff? Oh, okay. Yeah, they had something like that going on in Shin Megami Tensei 5 as well. Honestly, I didn't really like the religious parts of Shin Megami Tensei 5, at all, compared to, the Lightning Return stuff. But it didn't really bug me much, except for when it got a little bit too weird in a few places. But anyway, it's still a pretty fun game, so it's whatever. I mean, it's not anything too incredibly different from something that you might expect in Final Fantasy X, I suppose, other than the fact that it definitely becomes less family friendly at a lot of points. But Final Fantasy X is already kind of not family friendly in a lot of ways, so it's whatever. At the very least, they use innuendos in a game like Final Fantasy X, whereas in Shin Megami Tensei 5 they actually go explicit with the non-family friendliness, if that makes sense. Ooh. Oh, whoa, hey, whoa. That was pretty cool. You played the Spyro Reignited trilogy? Oh, I see. I might do that, I'm not sure. I feel like I played the original Spyro games, but I don't remember them all that well, because at the time I was a hardcore insomniac. I wasn't sleeping very good or often or whatever, back when I was a lot younger when I played those games. So I basically don't really own them now. I lost a lot of content, both in music and video games, quite some time ago. Probably multiple times, as I've had to transition from living from one place to another repeatedly. But I've been pretty stable lately. Ooh. What a time to actually have a Switch. Can't imagine how devastated I would be if somebody stole my Switch. Well, I guess I'm getting the white one now. Ah! Dude, what? I'm dying so much. This level's so hard. Then again, I mean, I did say I probably won't be performing very well today. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's just controllers. It's probably a good idea. The heater's on, just turn it off. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a little something off the beat, I guess. Let's see. Let's have some. I'll have some sardines. This could be eaten pretty quickly. Okay. So stuff is really oily. I'm sorry guys, but my muscles have been like aching ever since a couple of days ago. Like repeatedly while I was walking, like my lungs were like, I've had enough. Please stop. Please stop. And I was like, I can't. And it was horrible. Like it was the hardest workout I've done since I don't even know when. It was rough. Like maybe since ever. So, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that my muscles are like crying out in pain like almost every minute of every day ever since. They want food like really badly. So, I have no choice but to eat on stream right now. Wow. I actually feel so much better now. I feel like I'm actually breathing normally. Okay. DWeirdacus admits to having issues clear checking on this level. Okay. Noted. Ooh. Ah. Really struggling on that jump. Oops. I'm trying to remember, I'm not sure if I missed a message earlier. Double check someone's chat history. Oh, Giga Zucker must have been one of the really old followers. Maybe. Anyway. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe he never followed me back in the day. But either way, he showed up a lot. Yeah, I used to have like over 1,000 followers, and I had too many fake ones, so I had to like purge them all. But Giga Zucker was somebody that I guess never followed, so that was interesting. Hashtag not a fake follower. Giga Zucker club member or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You can't be a fake follower if you're not a follower in the first place, right? Alright. Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm bad with precision too, if you couldn't tell. Oof. My latest level, what I kind of struggled with on clear checking. I was thinking about nerfing it, but I didn't know how to nerf it. I can't just give the player a power up unless I want to give them like a power balloon or something. Power balloons felt like it would just be too lame, for lack of a better word. So I just didn't add anything. I didn't add a mushroom, I didn't add a power balloon. Like, what I was thinking about doing was adding a power balloon, and then just not using it. But I didn't want random people to think that maybe I used the power balloon. Or I didn't want them to think that it was recommended that they use it. Because honestly, it was just, like, if I were to add it, it would just be to allow, like, basically +1 hit point as a small character. Like, that would be the only reason I would add it. So, I don't know. Probably it wouldn't have been a bad idea to add it, but wasn't really sure if it was a good idea, generally. Oh, man. That is kind of a rough checkpoint to grab there. Wow, okay. Man, I have to get really far to get there. Wow, this is gonna be tough. Oops. This part is not even particularly hard, so I technically really shouldn't be dying on this part at all. But yeah, as I play this level, it makes me want to play Level Head, because as dangerous as all this precision is, it wouldn't be as annoying to deal with if I had faster respawns. These slow respawns in Mario Maker just make precision very unpalatable as a player. One way to look at it is just like, calm yourself down, you know? Don't make mistakes. Just don't die, bruh. Stuff like that. Like, okay, yeah, but it's easier said than done. Okay, we got the checkpoint. Whoa. Okay, so I guess this is meant to look like Super Mario Bros. 2. Or Doki Doki Panic, whatever you want to call it. Well, that was terrible timing. Really? Well, I got it on the second try, right? If you can even call it the second try. So that was pretty good, I suppose. Oops. I blew up the bomb with the bomb. Well, I blew up the bomb's mystery block. Anyway. Yeah, that's the thing about parkour, is there's a lot of times it's sort of unavoidable that there's going to be blind jumps. And the thing is, like, I really wish that in Super Mario Maker 3 or in a Mario Maker 2 expansion, they would give us those Celeste devices that allow you to scout ahead without actually having to move your character, like, into the level. For some reason, the Celeste devices were not in as many Celeste courses as they should have been in, or there wasn't as many of them as there should have been. But they did exist, and they did have them sometimes, and they were helpful when they were there, or at least most of the time they were helpful. So, like, being able to preview the parkour, I think that's really underrated, and I wish we could do that in this game. Even saying that, it would also be cool if, you know, it would be possible for makers to have, like, blocks with items in them, but in such a way that you can actually see the item that's in the block. You know what I mean? Like, so you can actually, like, warp blocks are like semi-transparent, and so you can sort of see the items through them. Well, if they're locked, you could sort of see them. I don't do a very good job at it, but other people can do a better job of seeing what's inside a locked warp block. But like a regular warp block, it's even easier to see what's inside them, though, in any case. That's 3D World style only. And plus, that's not even an actual block with an item contained in it. That's just like people manipulating it with like other blocks around nearby it. You know what I mean? It's not a one space enclosed item. But yeah, it basically like an alternative to the mystery block or a brick block or something like that, or flip block or whatever. Like, it would be like a block where you can physically see the item before it gets opened. It would be really cool, because it'd be really helpful for parkour levels, because you don't know what's going to come out of a block. Is it going to be like a shell? Is it going to be a dry bones? Is it going to be like a power up? Like, we don't know. But anyway, it would be pretty nice if like they added neat little things like that. But honestly, like, I don't know, like, I think Nintendo thinks that sometimes we take things to extremes, and also just, like, they probably just don't want to pay their workers much, you know, if at all, to work on this game. Like, I guess they paid somebody to do another Ninja speed run, and that was it, right? Like, maybe that guy just, like, had a passion for the game, and maybe even did that unauthorized. Maybe he was unpaid or something, who knows. But, like, it's just, like, it seems like they could definitely put more money, throw more money at this game to, like, and it would be pretty cool. Like, if they're just gonna, like, not actually just continuously ban, like, hardcore and precision, even though they disagree with it, which I guess is why they're not fixing the respawn durations. Like, why not just, like, change your mind, you know? Like, say, fine, we'll give in, we'll help you guys. You guys are so passionate about this game and love it so much. Even though you're playing it wrong, we'll help you to get more enjoyment out of it, blah blah blah. Like, they could be like benevolent that way, but they're kinda not. They're just kinda like being egotistical and stubborn and holding on to their view of what's right. And I think they're right, to be honest, but sometimes it's better to compromise, and it's just like, I feel like Nintendo's not compromising. Even if it's to something that's bad, then it'll make for a better community experience, I feel like, and I think that's why they should do it, personally. But anyway, that's sort of my viewpoint on the whole elitism versus Nintendo you know, controversy or whatever, is I feel like both sides are in the wrong. You know, the elitists are being too stubborn, and Nintendo are also being too stubborn. Like, somebody needs to compromise, and nobody will, and that's kind of sad to me. But it is what it is. Oh. Oh. There we go. Ooh, that was a really high jump. Okay, how am I supposed to do this part? Because I feel like there might be multiple different ways to do it. But what is the intended way, and what's the easiest way, if you don't mind answering at least one of those? Because I'm having a hard time figuring out anything on the second jump. Ooh. Like, I feel like I almost had it at one point, but I'm not even sure what I was doing. Okay, so that was like a barely good enough jump over that muncher. I'm well aware. That was much better. Though not necessarily perfect. Whoa! That was pretty close. Maybe. Oops. I think we're gonna lose our checkpoint, bruh. We're at 32 lives. If we lose our checkpoint, we might have to quit this map for the moment so we can move on to the next viewer level. Oh, dude, that's hard. I haven't mastered this thing whatsoever. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Am I supposed to be bouncing it off a wall, or to just bounce it off of myself? Or does both work, or what? Like, I don't know. I don't know about, like, the dropping it below you thing. I don't know how to do it at all. Oh my goodness. Oops. So I've watched a lot of videos of people doing a so-called shell drop, and I've never understood how it works. So I've seen it plenty enough times, but I don't get it. So I mean, if you sent me a clear view of somebody doing it, I still wouldn't understand. So I'm not sure what you could do to explain to me in chat how to do it, so I don't blame you if you have nothing to say. Because maybe I just can't be helped. Oh my goodness. Ah. Really? I wasn't expecting that to be the answer at all. We could try it. It sounds like a rebound rather than a drop. Whoa. Man, now I'm dying on this part because I'm not really ready for it or something. Okay, so I have a question. What did I do just now that was so different? Did I let go of the shell too early? Too late? Or did I do something else wrong? I feel like I let go of it at the right time, but I'm not really sure. Okay, I feel like the exact same thing just happened. Oh, right. So it's a wall rebound with a drop is what you're trying to say. I don't know if I've ever done that. Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. Okay. So basically what you're saying is step 1, grab the shell. Step 2, smash your face into the wall. Step 3, drop the shell. Step 4, land on the shell and bounce off of it. Step 5, get on the platform that you're trying to get onto. Oh! Okay, that makes sense now. Whew. This is really scary. Did I at least get a checkpoint? Probably not. Oh well. Well, I mean, the good news is, at least I'm not terrified of going back into this map later. Oops. Yeah, we're definitely game over in here. Oh, oof, dead. Oh, whoops. That was a bad jump. I let go too early. Oops. Alright. We're almost to the game over screen. Just one more death. No, I let go of it too early. Whoops. Alright. We're gonna postpone then. Well, we got to the fortress. That's progress. So we're gonna have a two-parter for this map at least. Not a three-parter. Alright, Gigazocker's turn. It's only been a couple of minutes since they typed the list, so I assume they're still here.